Whether you realize it or not, you have been finishing the Madrid sweater since the right front, left front, and back were off the machine. In Part 8, we're going to learn what to do, when to do it, and how to do it to get great results. If another video has already covered the topic, it will be referenced. Once the shoulder and back neck seams are joined, you can work the sleeves and applied piping. However, you could do a lot more finishing before you move on to these. First, finish the buttonholes. Watch how to machine knit the face buttonholes for more detail. Second, focus on the facing once the buttonholes are finished. Cut the 14-inch loop at the bottom edge in half. Use one end of the cut loop to close the bottom edge of the facing. Fold the facing along the folding column. Whip stitch through both layers of the facing. The whip stitch allows you to control the shape of the edge and actually looks nicer than grafting it. Plus, it's easier to do. Use the other end of the cut loop to join the facing to the turn and roll hem. For this, I use the mattress stitch. Catch this one here. Bring it through here. And you see how neat that is? Because we have kept the edge of the tuck stitch that was running up this column, we've left that edge free because that's where we attach our piping. This process lines up the facing nicely so you can then whip stitch the edge of the facing to the seaming column on the inside. Start at one lower front edge, go around the neckline, and back down the other side. Stitch under the back loop of the seaming column, then go to the edge of the facing and pick up the long loop and whip stitch. I look for the long loops along the edge because they are easier to find and occur every other row, just like the tucked stitches of the seaming column. Third, add the edging to the turning column of the facing to sharpen the fold and stabilize the facing. With the right side facing, insert the hook in the very bottom edge of the folding column on the right front and pull up a loop. Insert it under the two loops of the next tuck stitch in the folding column and slip stitch. You will repeat this all the way around the opening and end at the bottom of the left front. It creates a beautifully sharp turning edge. Fourth, add the contrasting trim and finish the ends as seen in Part 7, Applied Piping. Fifth, knit the sleeves in places described in Part 6, Top-Down Set-In Sleeves. Then use the mattress stitch to seam the underarm and side seams, or better yet, seam them right on the machine as shown in How to Machine Knit the Two-Needle Join. And sixth, join the purl sides of the hem together on the cuffs and at the bottom edges of the side seams. Bring the yarn to the outside of the sweater at the hemline. Pick up the purl bump closest to the edge on one edge. Go over to the other edge and pick up the corresponding purl bump. Continue working from one side to the other side in this manner. Do not distort the purl stitches by pulling the yarn up too tightly. And that just makes a very nice join. It looks just like the purl stitch. We're going to do the same thing at the cuffs of the sleeves. We'll just stitch those together and just let those sleeves roll in. You can also hem the cuff by whip stitching the bound off edge to the line of purl stitches on the inside. I personally haven't done that on any of these sweaters because the edge turns under ever so neatly by itself and stays there. Whether you purchase buttons or crochet your own, the last thing you want to do is sew the buttons into place. Now, you would think that you sew the button dead center on the facing, but not so. I always move mine 1 to 1.5 stitches toward the seaming line, away from the edge, because when the sweater is worn and buttoned, the center of the button will always fall at the end of the buttonhole closest to the edge. The facing will then appear centered and will lay flatter. As for the vertical placement, start with the top button. It always falls 4 rows below the first neckline decrease. Sew this one first, then button it
and align the bottom edges of the facing and mark where the other two should be sewn, and sew them into place. Congratulations, you have now completed the Madrid sweater. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please take a moment to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos and events. Happy machine knitting!